One of the biggest retirement mistakes people make in Thailand isn't about money or visas, it's choosing the wrong city. Pattaya, Jomtien, and Hua Hin all attract retirees, but they offer very different lifestyles. In this video, I'll break down the real differences and help you figure out which one actually fits you, not just your budget. I'm not ranking these cities as best or worse. I'm looking at them through a retirement lens: daily life, stress level, cost, healthcare access, and long term comfort. So you can avoid picking a place that feels right for 6 months and wrong after a year. Let's start with Pattaya because it has the strongest reputation and also the most misunderstandings. For a lot of people, Pattaya gets reduced to just one image: nightlife, chaos, noise. But that version of Pattaya is only one layer, and it's usually the loudest one. When retirees arrive here, many are surprised by how functional Pattaya actually is. From a purely practical standpoint, Pattaya is one of the easiest places in Thailand to retire. Healthcare access is excellent. You have multiple international hospitals, specialists, English speaking staff, and short travel times. There's also a huge expat population, which means services are designed for foreigners. Information is easy to find, and help is usually close by when you need it. Daily life is convenient here: food delivery, transportation, banking, maintenance, everything is fast and accessible. If you value ease, Pattaya delivers that better than almost anywhere else in Thailand. But convenience has a downside. For many retirees, Pattaya offers too much stimulation: noise, crowds, constant movement. There's always something happening, and that can quietly wear people down over time. There's also temptation here: not just spending money, but spending energy. When everything is available all the time, it becomes easy to drift. Sleep schedules slip, routines disappear, days blur together, and that's where some retirees get into trouble. Pattaya is easy to move to and easier to lose structure in. That doesn't make it bad, but it does mean Pattaya demands discipline. If you already have routines, if you're intentional with your time, if you know when to say no, Pattaya can work extremely well. But if you're looking for the environment to create structure for you, Pattaya may feel overwhelming after the honeymoon phase. And that's exactly why many retirees don't leave the area entirely. They just move a few minutes down the road. Which brings us to Jomtien. Jomtien attracts retirees who want access to Pattaya without living inside it. It's close enough to benefit from Pattaya's infrastructure, but far enough away to feel like a different environment. For a lot of retirees, Jomtien feels like a reset. The first thing people notice is the pace. Mornings are quieter, streets feel less crowded, daily routines happen without pressure. There's still beach access, but it's used differently. More walking, more exercise, more routine, less spectacle. Jomtien is also very walkable, especially if you choose the right neighborhood. Cafes, gyms, and essentials are spread out, not stacked on top of each other. That spacing lowers daily stress in ways people don't always notice straight away. And when you do want variety, Pattaya is still there. Hospitals, immigration offices, big shopping centres, they're all close, just not in your face. That's why many retirees who leave Pattaya don't actually leave the area, they move to Jomtien. But balance always comes with trade offs. Jomtien has fewer services within immediate walking distance. Some errands take planning. Some evenings feel quiet. There's less variety here, fewer choices, fewer surprises. And for some people, that feels limiting. But for others, that limitation is exactly the point. Jomtien rewards people who already know what they want. If you enjoy quiet mornings, if you value routine over stimulation, if you don't need constant novelty, Jomtien gives you room to settle. It doesn't pull you in any direction, it lets you stay where you are. Where people struggle in Jomtien is expectation. If you're arriving looking for energy, excitement, or instant community, it may feel slow. But if you arrive looking for balance, Jomtien often feels like the missing middle ground. And that brings us to a very different type of retirement environment, Hua Hin. Hua Hin attracts a very specific type of retiree, not because it's better or worse than any other cities, but because it offers a very particular rhythm. For many retirees, it doesn't feel exciting, it feels settled. One of the biggest strengths of Hua Hin is predictability. Traffic patterns are familiar, neighborhoods feel organized, daily routines repeat in comforting ways. The city is cleaner, more spread out, and easier to mentally map. And that matters more in retirement than people often realize. When life becomes simpler, stress drops, even if you can't always explain why. It also has a strong retiree presence. Not loud, not flashy, but consistent. People tend to stay longer here. They establish routines, they recognize faces. That creates a sense of structure, not imposed but shared. For many retirees, Hua Hin feels manageable. You wake up, you know where you're going, you know what the day will look like. And for people who spent decades in high pressure careers, that calm can feel like a relief. But structure can feel restrictive to some people. Hua Hin has limited nightlife, fewer options, and a smaller social pool. If you thrive on variety, surprise, or energy, the calm can start to feel like stagnation. Hua Hin feels safe, but some retirees find it too quiet. That doesn't mean they made a bad choice, it just means the environment didn't match their personality. Hua Hin works best for retirees who value routine, predictability, and emotional calm. If excitement drains you more than it energizes you, Hua Hin often feels like exhale. And this difference in environment doesn't just affect mood, it directly impacts costs and daily stress. Sorry to disturb the video, can you just press the subscribe button? It really helps the channel push to other people like yourselves who want to retire in Thailand. Thanks very much, and back to the video. Here's the difference most retirees don't notice at first. In Pattaya, costs often rise because it's easy to overspend. In Jomtien, spending is more balanced with fewer daily temptations than Pattaya. And in Hua Hin, costs are steady but sometimes slightly higher but more predictable for long-term comfort. Retirement stress usually doesn't come from the rent. It comes from how your environment affects your habits. Stress follows the environment. Social life can make or break retirement. Pattaya is the easiest place to meet people. Jomtien has smaller, more intentional social circles, and Hua Hin offers structured communities but less variety. None of these places are lonely, they just socialize very differently. So, who is each city best for? This is where the choice becomes simpler. Choose Pattaya if you want convenience, lots of options, and you can stick to a routine. Choose Jomtien if you want balance, quieter days, and less stimulation. Choose Hua Hin if you value stability, calm, and predictable routines. There's no wrong city, only the wrong match. The happiest retirees in Thailand aren't the ones who pick the best city. They're the ones who pick the city that fits their personality and habits. Get that match right, and retirement here becomes simpler, calmer, and far more enjoyable. In the next video, I'll talk about healthcare in Thailand for retirees, what works, what surprises people, and what you really need to plan for long term. Can you just do us a massive favor? Can you please press the subscribe button on the channel? It really helps push these videos to people like yourself who want to retire in Thailand. It helps YouTube understand who these videos are for. And also drop a comment down below to say if you're enjoying these videos at the moment and when you're planning on retiring in Thailand. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you on the next one.